murder. Murder is what brings us here together today. Take it away.
Please, take it away. She's desperate.
Okay, yes, I'll take it away. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel.
I took it away. She was desperate.
The few of you who, I don't know if anybody has, guessed what movie we're watching through the cryptic, vague hint that...
Probably not that one.
Yeah, I'll get to that. But if anybody was able to somehow guess it, we are doing Murder on the Orient Express, the 2019 version.
Yes.
Because why aren't we doing the original?
I don't care for the original, the 1956 version. I think it's 1956. I'm pretty sure that there's like a lot more racism in that one.
Well, it's the 50s.
Exactly.
Well,
I mean, there's racism in this movie, but at least there's a POC character, and not just white people.
Who do we now have here in this car that could have could have been involved with the Armstrong household?
Anyway,
Really?
and plus Johnny Depp's hot.
fair.
Yeah. So, yeah. Murder mystery movie. We have a lot of fun of it. We all really like it. And it was originally not the movie we were gonna do. Originally, we were actually gonna do Knives Out.
Story time.
Also, the 2019 version.
Yeah.
The only version.
The only version. But unfortunately, after recording and, trying to watch the movie, for 5 hours, there was an oopsie on my part, and the memory card filled up while we were recording, and I didn't notice the warning or anything on the camera at all. And throughout our, once again, our 5-hour recording, we lost 4 hours of footage.
We do still have the audio.
Yes, we still have the audio, and instead, and of course, not having enough footage to go along with the audio to make a proper commentary video, I've decided to kind of rework my $50 tier on Patreon from just kind of like a general thing. I don't know what I have it listed at the moment. But when I go in and change it, it's going to be a lost episode tier where you pay $50, I think I've said it like $50 a month. You will gain access to episodes of, I guess, review episodes or commentary episodes that were unable to be completed into a full commentary video because of some sort of technical issue, or we didn't like how it turned out, so we scrapped it for whatever reason.
Or we just lost the footage.
Like I said, technical issues. Again, I'm sorry. So the current lost episodes I will have on that $50 tier, once I, finally, go through it all, will be, of course, Knives Out. And we also have another commentary. I don't know if we mentioned this at all. During the first season, we attempted to do Clue, but the footage came out looking incredibly bad.
It was mustard. It was
Colonel
Colonel Mustard who messed up with our footage.
We have bad luck with murder mysteries, apparently. Apparently, praying that Orient Express comes out okay.
There's no wood around me.
There is no wood.
Wait,
around.
Tristan! Ah!
There is those picture frames up there, though. Careful, though.
I always go for my skull because I'm a blockhead.
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully, Murder on the Orient Express comes out okay. But yeah, Knives Out and Clue will be over there in lost episodes, along with some videos from our old Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. I think we did mention this in our Yu-Gi-Oh tournament you guys saw, that we did do some previous recordings, but because of how it turned out, we ended up not liking it, and so we scrapped it and completely did it all over again. So if you guys are curious on how those games turned out, they will also be available in that tier as well.
It's much less cool because I didn't get to be evil in that. We stopped before we got to that point, but...
Oh, yeah, we only gotten as far as... We made it to the champion round before we decided to stop and start all over. And there is a lot of content because we played 2 games per round instead of just 1. but none of the games really turned out very good. But if you want to see how the tournament would have played out, the videos will be available in the near future behind the $50 tier. Spoiler alert, in case you didn't make it very far. So anyway, so those videos will be up there on the Lost Episode tier, so if you guys want to check those out, they'll be there. If you guys are interested in that at all. Otherwise, for everyone else, I do have a few other tiers on there. I have a credits tier for my reviews, a shout out tier for these commentaries, and another tier for early access. So
She's just crying constantly on Patreon. There's so many tears.
Yeah, constant.
Yeah, tears begging for money.
Yeah, and she's so dehydrated, and she only drinks soda. Utah girls only drink soda.
I am very dehydrated.
thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Wait, does that mean I'm a basic white girl?
Woo.
Heck yeah.
Nice. I will make note of this, the little disclaimer here. Murder on the Orient Express is a murder mystery.
I wonder what the name means.
Yeah, so the whole thing with the film is mystery, and that's also like the real fun of it is who did it. So I do highly recommend, especially since we actually do really like this movie, I do highly recommend going and seeing this film on your own before watching our commentaries, because we will be spoiling the absolute heck out of it. Because we already know what happens, we already know who did it, and we will be like sharing basically the ending of the film within probably the first 10 minutes.
Like what happened in Knives Out.
Like what happened in Knives Out, yeah.
I'm probably going to reference a lot of Knives Out, because we did actually just record it yesterday.
Yeah, we worked really, and
And so how about we don't talk about it, simply for the sake of the general audience.
We don't talk about Knives Out. We don't talk about
Knife.
knife. Kniffy!
Come over.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No, I actually really like this movie. This was another.
We're going into thoughts already.
This
Yeah.
was another movie that I actually saw trailers for, and I'm like, ooh, hello, I want to see this one, because I thought it was gonna be really, really good, and I was right, it was really, really good. Except critics don't care for it. It does not have very high reviews.
Rotten Tomato score right here.
But it is one that I really enjoyed. I know our grandma really liked it, so I think she just likes murder mystery.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, which is kind of odd.
You don't need to add mystery there. It's just she likes murder.
I mean, to be fair, I love true crime. Not when it's happening to me, but I love true crime.
I think that's just like, that's a big trend with a lot of like young women and teenagers.
That's the most
True
common
crime.
girl stereotype nowadays.
Yeah, that's
Basic. Okay, I'm listening to my two white women talk about a murder that happened 30 years ago while I'm folding my laundry. Leave me be.
I
Yeah,
listen to Markiplier
just-
playing horror games at night when I'm sleeping.
That's
Women
not true
are
crime.
far more comfortable with listening to stories of people getting murdered when they sleep than actual bedtime stories.
Oh my.
Okay. Yeah, I really like this movie. I've seen it a bunch. I think I watched it, my first time watching it, I actually watched it with Jen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moving on to Melody.
Me? I had no idea this film existed until my dad our dad kept saying something, murder on the something so, and I'm just like, okay, and he's like, we're watching it today, okay, and I ended up really liking it. That's pretty much it.
See, I have seen this movie before. With everyone here, nobody seems to remember that I was there.
Yeah, no one remembers it. Do you think the grandparents would remember if you were there or not?
They probably would, but I wasn't at your grandparents' house, so just at
I
your
was about to
dad's
say, I
house.
don't think he was
it
at
was
grandparents. I think he was at their dad.
It was at dad's.
Yeah, I was cuddling with her when she was seeing it for the first time.
I thought it was at Grandma's house we watched it.
No, that was Knives
No,
Out.
Oh,
that was Knives Out.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good movie. Really well done. I envy that man's mustache.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's fake.
So, yeah, if I remember correctly, he had like a normal, like a big bushy mustache, and then they added more points to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was prosthesis, which kind of sucks because like, oh man, if you could grow an actual mustache like that,
That'd be pretty cool.
Look up the World Mustache Championships. And the World Beard Championships.
I think we did talk about that before.
Yes.
In one of our commentaries. They're all blended together now. I don't remember which one we
oh my
talked about.
gosh, they're amazing! I actually remember, like, one day we were walking home from church, and I look, and I see a guy who's in a truck. He had a mustache that just went out.
The whole. Oh fuck!
No,
it's
just
like
like it went out to the sides, and then like
Sticks out the windows of the truck.
Then one day, I was like doing research about like some political stuff, like for Utah government and things, like, and I see a guy with a similar face and a similar mustache. Like, did I see this guy on the streets? Oh my gosh, these are amazing.
Yeah, we talked about those before.
His mustache was actually just Wi-Fi antenna.
I mean, that's what this one could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I know our dad also has a fancy mustache of his own.
Image
That's
here.
fair.
It's so fancy that literally neighborhood children would call him Eggman or just say that he's a villain or whatever because
Yep.
our dad is actually kind of scary looking to other people.
Oh, what was it that your classmates thought that
In
dad
junior
was?
high? Oh, Mafia member.
Baby.
My 8th grade nickname, even up until like halfway through freshman year, Mafia baby. Cause Dad wore a sports jacket, like a suit, like sports suit jacket, a hat, and
A nice hat.
and his nice mustache to parent teacher conference when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Mafia baby.
And also the curls on his mustache is actually natural.
Cause
It's a
Dad
natural curl.
has curly
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
And like so many people would compliment his mustache if they would compliment his mustache, his hats, his outfits. Like, he's
Yeah.
scary but also a really good looking guy.
He's very well
That's a
dressed.
man.
Which honestly is actually weird to say about our own dad.
To be fair, I've had some of my friends say your dad's fucking hot. Okay, but to be fair, I also had people call Grandma hot when she was younger.
Oh, yeah. See those. Oh my gosh, that was an awkward conversation for a dad to have with his friends. They were looking at with those old photos and they saw his
old
mom
yearbook photos and they saw.
and then he saw grandma and she's like, oh wow, she's so cute, she's so hot, and that's just like,
That's my mom.
that's my mom.
Dude, your mom's a MILF.
Anyway,
Well,
Jen,
before
your
MILF
thoughts
was
on the
a
film?
thing.
Yes.
Eat good. Eat good.
Eat good.
Eat good.
May contain traces of murder.
Meow down.
Miata?
Meow down.
Melda on my plane, I think that's what the line is.
Mierda! On my Owl Express!
It has a guy from Harry Potter and Captain Jack Sparrow in it. It's good. And Olaf, the snowman. And Olaf.
Really?
And Rey from Star Wars. And Rey.
Really?
So many franchises in this movie.
Oh,
So,
that's
okay,
already
so
counted.
we have Gilderoy Lockhart from Harry Potter, Johnny Depp, who played Captain Jack Sparrow from the Pirates
And
movies.
Edward Scissorhands
We have-
and okay.
We had the girl who played Rey, and we had Josh Gad, who played Olaf.
Heck yeah.
Count Olaf?
I wish.
Neil Patrick Harris?
The film also had Willem Dafoe, who is best known for playing Green Goblin, and Judi Dench, who is best known for playing a lot. Just a lot. Oh, they don't have him for the sequel, though. Which, by the way, there is a
sequel?
Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile.
By the
We're
way,
gonna
yeah.
go watch that later this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that movie is coming out
February 9th.
February 9th. Yep, we're gonna go see it.
And I was
At least
meaning
Olivia
we
and I
watch
will
this
be. I
film
don't know if
anyway.
those guys will. Update on that comment. As of editing, we have seen it. And just to not spoil the movie for anyone, it is unfortunately slightly underwhelming. And that's all I can say at the moment.
But that's in the future.
That's in the
For right
future.
now.
For right now,
Well, our
What?
future, their past.
let's.
Yeah. Let's
Start.
watch this movie that
Oh,
we're
the
watching.
camera's over there now. Sorry.
Oh, right. Let's stop the movie.
Okay, I don't have the remote. Here's the remote. Got it. Okay.
Play.
Oh, of course, sorry, last thing. Hey, Aslan, you want to come say hi to the audience?
He good. He's vibing.
Dead. He's like, where is he?
He's right at your feet.
He's
Okay.
like flat.
He's
He's flat out asleep.
Come here.
Come say hi. Come say hi.
Hey. Hey, buddy.
Because first we have to, gotta make sure that.
Obligatory mascot.
Yeah.
Stop.
Olivia, can you please not throw Aslan's hair this time?
Uh-oh,
Me.
TV's freaking out. Okay.
That's why.
Look how marketable this mascot is.
Single hair will cost you $50.
Your very own.
We've got a
Aslan's
gold mine right here.
Oh yeah, they're not called 20th Century Fox anymore, are they?
They are, but they're owned by Disney, I think.
Yeah, so it's just, isn't it just called 20th Century? They no longer have the fox attached to their name?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I think so.
They killed the fox.
Yep.
What does
But
the
he-
fox say? Apparently nothing.
But hey, at least we have, the xenomorph from Alien is now a Disney princess.
Wait.
What?
Does that mean Hercule is a Disney princess?
Is it cool?
Hercule.
Hercule.
Oh,
Poirot.
yes.
He is a Disney princess.
Sorry, I can't remember any of the characters' names.
Because Disney owns both of them, just the Pixar lamp smashing the fox out of 20th Century Fox.
Why do hens lay eggs of different sizes? It's not you, mon ami. These are two perfectly good œufs.
Cute! Look at that adorable face.
He has an adorable face with the mustache. Unfortunately, his Google photo looks a little funky, but with the mustache and little beard, he's so cute.
Yeah.
Have the eggs.
Allons-y!
So he's doing a Belgium accent as a British guy.
And it comes off as French.
So in both movies, Knives Out and Murder on the Orient Express, they're doing fake accents that don't make any sense with their name, that sound terrible.
And a little bird has told me, how shall I put this delicately? You have a regurgitative reaction to Miss Truden.
Not terrible.
Well, not terrible, just more kind of like a weird...
Like they're
What
trying.
was it? It's unnaturally natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
So it's like, it works. I kind of like it. But it's
I
definitely
mean,
not
don't
like
get
a
me
villain.
wrong, I love the accent, but it sounds more French than Belgian.
Yeah.
He tried.
Please call forth the accused. The rabbi, the priest, and the imam.
Walk into the bar.
Yep.
There you go, there's a joke.
Sorry, what?
The priest, the rabbi, and what was the third one?
Amar.
The Mar walk into a bar.
Oh.
Imam.
Imam.
Yes. I-M-A-M.
They walk into a bar.
Yes.
Wait, no. The policeman walks into a bar.
And it says ouch.
Wait, keep going.
Okay.
Policeman walks into a bar.
And he says ouch. But still, the way he planned everything out is just... Yeah, he's
Yeah.
smart.
This is a good detective.
Oh yeah.
He's also a fun detective.
Sorry, Blanc. You're upbeat.
Yeah, Blanc is outbeat here.
Yeah.
Foghorn, leghorn, drawl.
Foghorn, leghorn, drawl. I love that accent.
Oh yeah, great accent and all. The thing is, he doesn't...
No,
Yeah,
no,
I like
I like how Chris Evans said that. Drawl.
Foghorn, leghorn, drawl.
Okay, yeah.
And even with the arm, drawl.
You can just tell that, yeah, Chris Evans had fun with that one.
Oh yeah.
But also, back on Orient Express.
The sound effect from the cane just.
Yup.
Play that back. Doing.
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 The fact that he predicted that that's gonna happen, and that's why he put the cane in there, and he told the guy to go over to the gate.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
To Istanbul then. Will you be back to London straight off?
I just realized it's not, his mustache isn't just like one fell swoop.
No, it's actually
two.
Yep.
Yeah, two full stroops, and it looks like it's actually growing off his face, not just growing all here and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's so.
That that look just reminds me of Dad.
Oh, that side look.
Just
Oh yeah,
Dad.
yeah. It's a good look.
Also,
This is a
that
very
building
good
over
film.
there in the distance looks phallic.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the freaking
Doing.
Yep. Yep. And now we're moving on. This is supposed to be a family-friendly show.
Yes.
I can only see the world as it should be. And when it is not, the imperfection stands out like the nose in the middle of the face.
He's so into symmetry, but how does he feel about those
moles.
Those moles on his chin?
Oh. It's like
He doesn't
Death
think about
the Kid.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Dead the Kid with the stripes on his hair.
Yeah, just something you just can't help.
Yeah. So eventually you just kind of learn to live with it, and just pray that nobody mentions it.
Like I did just now.
Like you
Shame
did
on
just
you.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something else. Oh well.
That's some mole!
That's some more!
Not that, but okay.
I know your moustache. From the papers.
That's Ray.
Yeah.
That is Ray.
You can see it.
It's like, that's right. And she goes,
Yeah. What? Called what?
The doctor is Leslie Odom Jr.
Who's also
Aaron Burr from Hamilton.
Cool.
Aaron Burr. Also the guy from the Nationwide ad. So there's an ad where he was sitting on the set of on the stage of Hamilton, and he's scrolling through and he's just like, Nationwide is on your side. Because it's Leslie Odom Jr. and he sings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And now he's here, playing as a helpful doctor.
Sorry,
Okay,
Death on the
every-
Nile is the next movie?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that. And also just like every shot the detective is in, I still can't remember his name, looks pretty.
Poirot?
Yes. Poirot.
Poirot. Poirot.
Of course there's a rolling R in it.
Poirot.
Not rolling R.
I
It's
can't
only
do
a
it.
single R.
Poirot.
Still.
Yeah.
Poto.
Poirot.
Poto.
Pow. So Pow. Poirot.
Poto.
Yes.
Poto.
Yes.
Paro?
Poirot.
Paro.
Yeah,
I'm
did
not
you say
gonna joke
Hercule?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Hercule.
Hercule.
Let's just call him Eggman.
Hercules.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I know.
Gilderoy?
The French name, and I can't roll my R's. You both can't roll your R's, and it's freaking pathetic.
No, I even took a French class and that helped none. But anyway, I was just saying, like every shot he's in, it just looks so perfect. It's so pretty.
It is so perfect and pretty. Granted, this shot is pretty nice too.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice shot too. Yeah, with the
Basically, what we're saying is we all want to date this man.
Yes.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, you don't actually want to date him because, like, him constantly correcting everything that you do.
Oh no,
and
he would
are.
always point out that my eyeliner and my eyebrows are sisters, not twins.
Yeah. But.
But hey, you do
Yeah, okay.
better.
Okay, here's the thing. Would you rather be in the same room with him or Sherlock Holmes?
Him. He's
Him.
hotter. And nicer.
Yeah.
And funny.
Sherlock Holmes literally beats up his problems. He's a master martial artist in the books.
Oh, so you're talking about the book version. Okay, let's switch it up.
Discombobulate.
Him or Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes?
I have no idea. Because I have
I haven't seen that one.
I've not seen it
Yeah,
either.
you haven't seen it either. Okay.
I think I'd be intimidated by...
You would not.
Oh, wait,
Robert
which one?
Downey Jr. 's short, remember?
Oh, you said Robert Downey Jr., not
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch, yeah.
No, not Cumberbatch, but yeah, he's up there too. Okay, him or Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes?
Him.
Him.
Still
Him.
Yeah.
Pero?
Pero.
Puero.
Puedo. Still Puedo?
Yes.
Alright, and... Well, okay, I guess this will be more the audience than you guys. Okay. Puelo?
Puero! It's an R, not an L!
I'm sorry, I can't...
Pablo.
Shut up. Okay. Alright, detective, him, or, Ace Attorney Sherlock Holmes. Still him.
Still him.
I don't know what that
Or me.
Sherlock Holmes is like.
Yeah, this is more the audience because you guys have not played the Ace Attorneys, especially the prequel ones.
Yeah, I haven't.
Which apparently, from what I've heard and also seen, the prequel ones are actually the best. Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Constantinople now is
Istanbul, not Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople, not Constantinople doesn't work. That's nobody's business but the Turks. Ow, my.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
glad you guys remember the lyrics better than I do.
She couldn't remember.
I would have
couldn't
looked
remember.
stupid.
I remembered it.
But anyway, they're in Istanbul now.
But not.
Sorry, did you say Istanbul?
Shut up! I can't English, and I'm pretty sure
That's
everyone
not
already
English.
knows.
It's not English.
It's Turkish.
I can't word, okay?
I can't word good.
I can't word at all. You guys should all know
Someone
this.
needs a
I'm pretty
lesson
sure they
from
know
Word
this
Girl.
too. What was that?
Someone needs a lesson from Word Girl.
Well, word girl is about word definition stuff, not pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
Still.
Actually, wait, no. There is a character that that struggles with pronouncing words, and she corrects him. The butcher.
Oh, yeah.
Because he butchers words.
Oh! Oh, you guys never got that pun before?
No.
Okay.
The butcher butchers his
Okay, let's
Butchers is what now?
The only villains I remember from that show were the Sandwich Man and the Rat. The Rat is only came up to my mind very recently because he's being brought up again. I only remember the Sandwich
Did he
Man
get
10 because of the password. The password is password. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, this man will sniff out a perfect pastry faster than he catches a jewel thief.
Me!
This guy reminds me of Dad so much.
Which
The
guy?
guy that just walked in?
No. Hercule. He just reminds me of Dad so much.
Yeah. He is literally one of the archetypical gentleman detectives.
Yeah, but it just reminds me of Dad.
Yeah, because he was a gentleman. The good kind of gentleman.
Most time.
Not the James Bond gentleman.
Not the James. Oh my gosh, not the James.
No, we do not need to talk about James
No, we don't need to talk about. We don't talk about
James Bond. Hot Bond. Go get him!
Nope, there's nobody.
There is an art to nepotism.
And you are his Michelangelo.
Mr. Poirot.
Are you a prostitute as well?
Certainly not.
That's perfect, man. Are you a prostitute as well? Certainly not.
I'm stealing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just you're gonna walk. Just someone's gonna walk up to me. Someone's gonna walk up to you and be like, "Excuse me," and you're just be like, "Are you a prostitute as well?"
Of course not.
You're gonna get slapped if you say that.
You're
to
working
anyone.
at a retail store, and a customer walks up. It's like, "Hey, I need help finding something. Are you a prostitute as well?" What? What would be even freakier is if you say that to someone and they say, "How did you know?"
Oh, fuck.
Isn't that obvious?
Like,
You
what?
give off a certain musk.
No.
Oh,
that's
no,
the wrong
do not
thing
say
to
that. Oh my gosh, do not say that.
I just said it. I've seen her before, but from where?
Yeah.
From where?
Let me look it up.
I swear she's from
Penelope Cruz
On Stranger Tides.
on Stranger Tides.
Dope.
She's the
Blackbeard's daughter.
yeah.
She went from On Stranger Tides to Stranger Danger.
Yeah, pretty much.
She was also in G-Force.
That was the guinea pig thing, right?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp, King of Cold. Whoa, what?
What? I think that we'll talk
Oh,
about
it's a
that.
documentary. Never mind.
Okay. Alright, back to movie.
Oh my goodness, it's Count Adreni.
Lucy. But I cannot pronounce her last name, but the girlfriend or wife of him is another actress that I really like. She played Freddie Mercury's girlfriend in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen that movie. One of these days I will. Yeah. Along with everything else I still need to see.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing, maybe? Nah, probably not.
Continue.
Bohemian.
Well, because
I think
Bohemian is just, it's like retelling of the life story. Not. It's like a biography kind of thing.
Also, still, I don't think there's really much we can say about that. Also, copyright.
Yeah.
Lots of copyright.
Get copyright claim. Kishti. Mama!
Yeah, pretty much.
Dramatic turn.
Well, yeah.
I love her lipstick. Except the problem is in the 30s, like 34, like specifically this year, red lipstick was associated, or dark lipstick, with prostitutes, whores, and movie actresses.
See, mom's a
Like,
hoe.
like the prostitute. What's his foot hat?
Oh yeah,
She
earlier
was
in the
also
evening.
wearing really dark lipstick because that's just what they're
historical accuracy.
Yep.
For the record, Ollie is right. And also to add to that fun little fact, according to Indian Express, during the early Greek Empire, painted lips, especially that of darker shades, was seen as a required accessory for prostitutes. So much so that the Greeks made it law that it is forbidden for prostitutes to not wear their designated lip colors. Their reasoning? It's so that prostitutes are not mistaken as proper ladies, making this the very first law to regulate lipstick, and also pushes the idea that people who work in this particular field, especially women, are not to be treated well. Sadness.
That mustache is historical accuracy. Because it belongs in a museum.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh! Apologies, madame. I meant no disrespect.
Oh, you could try to mean a little.
Are you a prostitute?
Is that gonna be a new running joke on this channel?
Yes.
My goodness. Again, isn't this supposed to be a family-friendly show?
No, I'm here. It's never family friendly.
Even though you're
break anything.
still underage.
Do
It's fun.
when your mom, do when your mom.
See, she can be
Smack
not safe
her
for
head,
work because she's
please.
not at work.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, bonsoir. Number 9.
Good evening. How you doing? Bonsoir.
Oh, excusez-moi.
No, after you.
Merci, merci.
Man, a long distance just to go to room 3.
Yeah.
Welcome to trains.
He should have gotten room 8.
Why room 8?
Because 8 is perfectly symmetrical.
Yep.
Oh, poor guy. Well, technically 3 is too if you cut it in half.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
only
yeah, if you go
horizontally symmetrical.
Horizontal, yeah.
Horizontal symmetry.
Well, I guess one way
I
of
mean,
symmetry
if
is
you turn
enough.
if you turn the 3 on its side, you can go vertical.
But
Yeah,
then it's not
it
a
looks
3.
like a butt.
Booty.
Do they mention? Do they intentionally make those counter slippery so barbers can like slide glasses across? Not barbers.
Bartenders.
Bartenders. Can intentionally slide glasses across, or
Yeah.
would they give them give those tables good friction so that glasses don't slide off the counter?
It's probably slick right where the bartender is mixing drinks because he's spilling alcohol and then cleaning it up and all that. So it's probably more slick on their side.
Okay.
Plus, they just have a lot of practice. A lot of bartending was a very showy skill, like juggling, and then that translated to soda shops, and then it came back to bartending once Prohibition ended.
Sounds about right.
I like history.
Well, hello.
Eyes linger any longer, I'll have to charge rent.
I'll pay.
Oh, imagine her fury.
Just like,
What do you mean?
hello.
The guy who destroyed her life, hitting on her.
Yeah.
I don't remember much of this film, so like I don't
Yeah, I'm
remember
having a
whose
hard time
role is
remembering.
what.
Yeah, I don't remember why.
That's fair. I remember everything of like most of the
Yeah.
films I watched.
I've seen this once.
Me
It was
too.
A long time ago.
I've only
Me
seen
too.
it once as well. I need a blanket.
We saw it at the same time.
At least according to me.
She can.
I've seen it 4 or 5 times, I think now.
Of course you did.
Well, I fixate on a movie and I watch it 4 or 5 times because that's just what I do. I'm really cold.
It's really cold in here, yeah.
Well, poor insulation.
Guess I'm just that hot.
Human space heater. Holy crap, you are!
Yeah, well,
Your back is really warm.
I am a warm
he's
child.
the only one not wearing a blanket.
Do you want a blanket?
No.
Hey, space heater, warm me up a blanket for me.
Oh.
I'm just wearing the blanket because I want to be comfortable.
God, you know, there's something about a tangle of strangers pressed together for days on end with nothing in common but the need to go from one place to another, then never to see each other again.
The look of everyone just
Signaling to each other.
Basically signaling to each other, yeah, I know you're here, you're here, you're here.
Roll call!
Roll call, essentially, yeah.
But why is there a detective on the train?
Yeah, there's a guy here we do not recognize.
There's two.
Oh yeah, the rich baby is not part of the plot, is he?
No.
No. He's just here to hit on people.
Hey. No, he's here because his uncle forced him to stay away.
I ride on the Orient Express at 7, official director of business. Uncle pays me absurdly to stay on board his gorgeous train and far away from him at the Home Office.
Yeah. Curious.
And to hit on people.
Yeah.
And then comes along the genius detective.
Me.
Yes, you. Hercules Poirot.
Yep, cute.
So?
And see, that's not what you do in a business meeting. You don't say, oh, your name is Hercules. It's Hercules. No. Okay. So, you don't do that. No wonder he doesn't want to work with you.
Exactly.
I think there's a million other reasons why, but...
Yeah.
Basically, this conversation's flying over my head. I think it's because of the accents.
Yeah.
Yeah, the accents make it a little bit hard, but... From my understanding, yeah, Johnny Depp's character wants to hire the detective.
Yeah, the line of bullcrap he's spinning is that he's getting into the antique game. He doesn't have a trained eye because he's just barely getting into the business. According to him, he got things appraised. Turns out that the appraisers were full of crap and the items were fake. More specifically, he sold a bunch of fake Oriental rugs in Milan to some Italians, and the Italians want their money back with interest.
Italians, you know?
Yeah.
I trusted you, Nicky. I welcomed you into my home. We broke bread together. Grandmama made you a cannoli. And how did you repay my generosity? With a rug made from the butt of a skunk. A skunk butt rug.
That's what you do for, dealing in business you don't understand.
Again, racism.
That's part of... Well, actually, that might be the main motive here.
Possibly. Anyway.
The thing is, we've also seen this film, so that story is not entirely true.
Well, also just the way he's telling it. He's like, oh, these appraisers are full of crap, and it's not my fault if I turned out to sell a fake. It's the appraisers who told me it was real. It's like, no.
Yeah.
You're a sleazy businessman.
Yeah.
From America.
Okay.
Thank you for the translation.
Poirot. I need your help, my friend. You have to find who did this.
Okay, the camera work in this scene is actually super cool.
Please, I implore you on behalf of the Orient Express.
Oh, and that was also a really long shot, too.
Yeah.
Because that's something, really... It's more common in, animated features, where it's, several characters in the same shot, but then, the shot doesn't, change or anything. So the characters, continue talking for several seconds.
Yeah.
Well, in live-action films, it's not that common, because having actors, stay in character for that long is, a little bit harder, because that's, more lines to have memorized. Have, this, basically an entire conversation within one setting.
Yeah.
Hence why long extended takes are, so hard to do. Unless you are a theater actor, where you are trained to have a whole 1 hour play memorized. But not all actors nowadays have that kind of experience to rely on. Plus, the crew will need to know where the camera needs to be, and also stay silent for a lot longer than they may be used to. So long shots like these are impressive and really cool to have in any film if you have the time and resources to do them. And sometimes earns you an Oscar. So it's not only is the camera work pretty cool, it's kind of overhead, suspense, tension building, but also just all the characters. It's so good.
Yeah.
He has 12 stab wounds, and as Arbuthnot said, they are patternless. If the doctor is guilty, he certainly did not let it influence his responsibilities.
It looks like it's a voiceover. You can't see their mouths.
Yeah. So yeah, they could be cheating and using voiceover, but still, they're still acting out the scene.
Yeah, it's a nice shot.
A really nice shot, and it goes on for quite a while, and it tells you everything.
Yeah.
So it's, but I mean, both visually and vocally.
Yeah.
Still, I like how well this film is made. I really like the shots in it. And another comment on the new film: they did use the same shooting style from the first film into the new one, but I feel that it wasn't done nearly as well as Orient Express. Just thought I would add that here.
It is science that will win back for Germany her pride.
Well, I guess he does know a little bit about science.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a scientist.
Yeah, he's a bit of a scientist.
Sorry, I had to make that joke. You don't get it?
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Yeah, that was from him.
You live crime. You see evil every day.
Not so. I see enough crime to know that the criminal act is the anomaly. I believe it takes a fracture of the soul to murder another human being.
That's actually a really good line.
Yeah.
Viewing,
It's true.
Yeah, viewing criminals as an anomaly, not as, normal everyday thing.
No, it's not criminals are the anomaly. The crime is.
No, the crime is an anomaly. Sorry.
Because if the person lived completely normal and then this one incident, boom, it's an anomaly.
Nom, nom, nom. Also,
And
in case they don't get back to it, the kettle, you just hold it from the top tip, grab the bottom, pour.
Oh. The bottom's still gonna be hot.
Yeah, the bottom's still gonna be really hot.
Yeah. Usually, I would presume you have a handkerchief or something, but that's how servants would pour tea. Yeah.
With a kettle without a handle.
Yes, it's fancy.
Fancy. She looks like she's about to cry.
Probably because she without is.
Or it's just that cold.
More likely that cold, but also she has really big eyes too.
Yeah.
Monsieur, stay where you are.
I'm already caught and I'm in pain. I'm gonna sleep here forever.
You're like, I'm gonna be snowman.
I'm gonna go be a snowman.
I'm gonna be a snowman.
I don't want to be here.
Would you please get me out of here?
I don't want murder.
Nah.
Just make it go away.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I didn't kill him.
You tried to burn Ratchet's accounts, but they are still legible in places the maths do not tally, because you have been stealing from him.
It is full of
what is the English word, the chocolate, fudge? Fudge! It is full of the fudge!
It's such an amazing line. Fudge! It is full of the fudge.
The English word for chocolate. What is it? Fudge.
Fudge! It is full of the fudge. It's such a great line.
Staging character so well for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how many takes it took to get that right.
I hope it was the first one.
It was probably at least the second one, because it would be so hard not to laugh.
Yeah, hard not to laugh.
The chocolate dessert. Fudge! It is full of the fudge.
Full of the fudge. Probably should use that line more often. It's full of the fudge.
It's full of the
We smoked and spoke till nearly 2 years.
Ah, such chums, him with his cigarettes and you. Ah, yes, you are the only man on the train who smokes a pipe. May I see your pipe and your tobacco, please?
Kind of ironic that the doctor is the only one that smokes.
With a pipe.
With a pipe.
With a pipe.
The rest of them use cigarettes or cigars.
Yeah. He's the only one with a pipe.
Still, it's ironic that a doctor is
1934.
It's actually normal.
No, I don't think he's that age.
Yeah, no. I don't think he's hit quadruple digits.
But it's still a time that, doctors are known for smoking because it's believed that smoking was good for you.
Yeah.
It's not until several decades late, or no.
Also, to be fair, pipe tobacco is different than the crap they put in cigarettes.
Yeah. They actually smell different, too.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Matt, my boss, one of my managers, he smokes a pipe. I can tell because every time I go out there,
yeah.
Hobbit leaf has dulled your
No,
sense.
there's actually at one point I think we were walking downtown.
Yeah.
And there was a guy sitting out there smoking a pipe, and I remember walking by. I'm like, okay, yeah, there's definitely smoke and sugar.
Yeah, it smelled like.
Yeah, it smelled like sugar-covered cigarettes.
Yep.
Yeah. It was weird.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
You found him, you bled him dry in order to settle your father's debts and then finally to settle the score.
No. It wasn't like that. It's not the way.
Okay, with the exception of that screaming interruption, that was really
That was
good.
good.
Oh my goodness, there's quite a long shot scenes here, and all that emotion.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Gad is such a good actor.
He is really good.
And he has so much range, too.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Like I'm really noticing here. It's like, no, this guy's good.
All that was happening, the scream happens. Samantha?
I don't even know it's Samantha.
Oh, that's great.
And I thought I would mention and just kind of gush over. It's just like,
Yeah, that was
goodness,
That was
this is good. This is really good. Like,
Done.
drama.
Fudge! It is full of the fudge!
it's fun of the fudge.
Cassetti was a pig. He deserved to die.
Not disagreeing.
But holy,
Oh, jeez!
She didn't kill him.
overprotective much?
I mean...
Look, I'm not so shocked.
But I just put everything together. Everything made sense. Why are you the killer?
Yeah.
Ow.
Also, you shot me.
Really hurt.
Charlie? That really hurt, Charlie.
No. I already died with Daisy.
Still, it is interesting kind of think about it. Where it's like, yeah, technically there was one victim, and that was Daisy, the one who was killed. But all the people connected to Daisy, to the crime, to the one who was accused, and actually wasn't the one who did the deed. It's how many people?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a really good classic book. It's hard to be funny about, but it's dang good.
Yeah, it is really good. Of course,
We still have like 13 minutes. Like,
yeah, I know, but we'll get there. But it's just like things I have to sit here and really process, just like what has happened, what has been revealed, just how many lives have been ruined because of the death of a child. Because this man was an absolute monster who thought that getting away with murdering a child was a good idea.
a 6-year-old.
A child. 6-year-old.
Or no, I don't think she was 6. I think she was younger than 6. But still.
Still
A literal child.
That barely lived life.
Speed running.
Oh, I made that joke in seminary today. We were talking about human sacrifices, and then my teacher was like, "Okay, so what's like God's plan and all?" And I said, "God wants all of us to return to heaven. So technically speaking, they just made it expedited shipping." And he's like, "Amazon Express who?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's horrible. You guys. Yeah. We can't take serious topics super seriously. Well, not super seriously, but
we can't hold the
No.
tension for very long.
no, because when tension is there, we need to break it.
But when it's so
I'm gonna wreck it.
it's so well done. Just this.
Oh, yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, this
and
whole
we need to
reveal.
finish it.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
We just need to finish this.
All right,
scene.
we'll finish it,
It's so beautiful.
and then we'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Last comment on the second film. I won't spoil it, but the reveal in the new film wasn't nearly as impactful and as satisfying as this first film was. Just saying.
Now they have to live with the fact that they killed somebody.
Oh, I think they're fine with that.
I think they're fine with it. They're living with the fact that they got revenge.
Justice.
They got justice.
Yeah, justice.
They served justice.
Because revenge isn't always a good thing.
No.
Yeah,
Neither is murder.
The avalanche was indeed just ice.
Yes,
Broad.
Yes, it was.
Oh, broad.
Hello, Z.
And yeah, that's the movie.
It's so pretty.
It is
The
really pretty,
music.
really good, really well shot, really well set up. Thank you, Agatha Christie.
Yes, Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie for creating the story, and thank you to everybody else who made the film. It was
Olivia Colman. She's the helper to the princess.
Thank you specifically to the prop team for making that beautiful mustache.
Oh, it was amazing. And it wouldn't be props. I think it would be.
It would be hair and makeup.
Okay. Well done.
I mean, I remember looking when we were looking at behind the scenes at one point. The person in charge of that was talking about how she's trying to figure out how do I make like what the book described into reality. How do I make this mustache so great?
And they did it.
They did it.
Yeah. It worked.
Yeah, it was a great mustache, and also a great cast, great acting. Like, my goodness, everybody did really, really good.
Yeah.
Especially Kenneth Braun. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Kenneth Braun. Oh wow, yeah, his Google picture's really weird. As Hercule. Is that how it's pronounced?
Hercule.
Yeah.
Hercule. Whatever.
I just can't.
Hercules.
Yeah. It was really good, and also like really, I think the word is profound. I want to say.
Yeah.
Like really thinking, like I said earlier, like really thinking about it's like even though there was technically one victim, and that was Daisy, the one who was murdered, but there was because so many people are connected to Daisy, it just
spiraled.
It just spiraled and created.
That's funny.
What's funny?
Okay, so Ray.
Okay.
And the rich boy, they're dating.
Good for them.
I thought that's funny.
Good for them.
Oh, they're cute together.
But it's just like because of how many people were just like connected to this child, and then not only like connected to the child, but also connected to the maid that was accused of the murder.
Yeah, William Dafoe's character fell in love with her.
Yeah.
Which is
and then also those who were connected to the father who committed suicide. It's just like so many people connected. That,
the mustache is a movie or is an analogy for the movie.
Yeah.
Because it all connects and then it twists.
Oh wait, no, not 2019, 2017. I thought this movie came out in 2019. No, 2017.
I thought it was.
Oh, that would make more sense. Yeah, the movie is,
They took forever to get Death on the Nile.
Yeah, they did take forever to take Death on the Nile, which is like, it was kind of odd. Like, you're saying it's 2019. I'm like, pretty sure this film was older.
Yeah, it's 2017.
It's 2017. It took a while for the sequel for some reason.
Probably because they were trying to make it look as good as that.
Probably. I mean, it's a sequel, so it has to be able to.
Does look pretty good.
Yeah. Now they also got a pretty impressive
They've
cast.
got a pretty great cast. They got Wonder Woman, man.
They do have Wonder Woman on there, and I'm like,
I wonder why.
And Shuri, but there's controversy. Russell Brand.
Okay, so yeah. A fun movie, and of course, this is my second time watching, so seeing all the little details. I'm now seeing all the little more details in this, and I'm just like, better appreciation.
It's a really good movie.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's why we were so quiet this whole time. We were so focused on like all the little hidden stuff. Because this is our second time watching it, right?
It's not so much the little hidden stuff. There wasn't really hidden stuff in this film. It's just like better appreciation. Better appreciation, and just like noticing. Oh wow, these scenes actually go for quite a long time. I mentioned that a couple of times. It's like it's long, and also the acting is just so tight.
We were appreciating the film.
Yeah.
That's why we were so quiet.
Yeah. And that's why the recording is also kind of short too. It's just like.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
Still a very good movie. Still really like it. And, you know, that's a detective. Still so cute.
Oh, he's adorable.
We got through our first murder mystery.
Yay!
Wait, you can't say that till the camera turns off.
No!
It's fine.
Yeah. Wait till I finally go through editing. It's just like... I'm having difficulties editing stuff, and it's just... Computer showing... It's showing its age.
Back up this footage.
I will.
I swear if the computer crashes.
It will be backed up, no worries. Oh, yeah, you back. Yeah, usually that's common. Yeah. Oh, also the CGI on the train was also like really good.
Oh, yeah.
I probably should pause this before.
Yeah.
Yeah. The CGI for the train was also really, really good.
I also really appreciate on the scenes when the train is moving, people are actually wobbling with it, and it's not like them forcing themselves to wobble. The legit place they're sitting in is wobbling.
It's wobbling. Yeah, everything is like in sync wobbling, not like acting wobbling, and then you see everyone just kind of like out of sync with each other.
Yeah.
No,
It's because they probably had a moving set.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't moving.
Rocking.
Yeah. They have a single cart that was rocking, and then surrounding. We saw the behind the scenes. Well, they probably didn't. But surrounding the cart was like a bunch of LED screens showing scenery. Yeah. And I'm just like, I remember we were watching the behind the scenes, and I saw that for the first time. I'm like, that is so cool. Yeah. That way they don't have to film on an actual train.
With all the nightmare that would be.
Yeah. For dealing with all the noise, and then also like regulation stuff, and having to stop the train in certain locations.
You can't even if you got a decommissioned train and just dolled it up to look like one of the most famous trains of all time. Mm-hmm. It's still getting the camera rigging and getting a ceiling high enough for the boom and.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be far more cramped.
Yeah.
And getting those really cool over the head shots would be like really, really hard to do on like an actual train.
Yep.
It operated till 2009.
Yeah,
wow.
The Orient Express?
Yeah.
It was the train. It was the place to go.
1883 to 2009.
Yeah.
So it's no longer running?
No.
But you can see its path though. It went from London all the way down to Athens.
No, there is a lot of cool trains out there. Okay, yeah, the Orient Express, but I also, because I watch a lot of like their content abroad in Japan. Also did a few videos on a couple of Japan's trains. One of them is I think the name of it is like the Sunset, where it's an overnight train where you can rent out a room.
No, there's a lot of cool trains and a lot of cool trips. I'm saying like the Orient Express was the high class place to go.
Hence, why this story was based on that train.
Yeah.
And then with the second one being on the Nile in Egypt.
Yeah.
I actually have the second book.
Yep.
Because of we went to Barnes and Noble one time, and I don't know how many Barnes and Nobles do this, but they have this little section that's a blind date for books, where they wrap up the book and give a brief summary of what it is, and if you're interested in it, you purchase it and unwrap it, find out what it is, and if you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, you can return it.
Yeah, you're free to return it. Yeah, and the book you got was the second book.
Yeah, which I think I read like 2 pages of it, and then I'm just like,
and done.
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Oh, you're ending it pretty quick.
Oh yeah, I'm so tired, dude.
Yeah, the next move. This one was great. It was too serious. We need something cheesy, and maybe we could go a little bit older for the next one, because this was really recent. So.
A little bit?
Well, I'm willing to go even older. Like
the 1956 version is right there.
Except we're not, because risk of kind of like unsavory stuff.
Yeah, we want to go like 80s, 90s, heyday of the big action heroes.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone. Ooh.
He's got it. Boy, he's got an idea for the next one. Okay. If you can guess what he's thinking, good for you. I just realized the camera's over there, not in front of me anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, we moved the camera for some reason. I somewhat missed that conversation.
It makes it so that the couch space can be bigger.
It was so we could fit 5 people, and then there's no longer 5 people.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we probably should wrap it up. Tinker's making a lot of noise now. Thanks, brother.
Oh, TV, the soundbar turned off. Well,
yeah, okay. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. Fill the like bucket, subscribe if you want to see more, or if you want to be notified of more, I should say. This has been, the sibling commentary yet again, and we'll see you guys all next time.
Good
whenever
night.
that would be. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.